Hi, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk to you about one of the most beautiful places we have just stayed at. Last November, we went to forest holidays in Beddgelert Snowdonia, North Wales. Let me take you along with us.
So this is the entrance into the site, really easy to get to off the main road. As you come in, there's plenty of parking. We've got reception and the retreat over there where you can buy staple goods, crisps, cheese, meats, milk, etc. It's also a bike hire place, and then next door is a place called the Bakehouse where they prepare the takeaway and delivery food in the evenings. We stayed in cabin 14, which was just on its own little road. It's the hideaway cabin just for 2 people, and so we just drove across this little bridge and then we were just to the left there. Really tucked away, really cosy, perfect spot.
So as you first walk in the door, you have an area to hang your coats and to dry your boots and leave trainers, etc. You then walk straight into this absolutely perfect kitchen. Everything is just ideal for 2 people. You've got microwave, oven, hob, sink, dishwasher, kettle, coffee machine, little area for you to sit and eat, and like I say, everything is set up for 2. This looks out over the decking. On the decking you also have a barbecue and a hot tub, as well as a seating area. You then come around the corner into this really cosy living area. Nice comfortable sofas, side tables, wine cooler, fab TV set into the wall, and the most amazing log burner. We definitely used this. You then come up a step into your bedroom. So sweet the way it's all laid out, and there are curtains that you can pull across to separate the bedroom to the living area. We then come into the largest bathroom I have ever seen, the hugest bath, double sink, his and hers, plenty of towels for use in the hot tub and the bathroom, amenities there, and then toilet, towel warmer, and a huge shower that's double, so you can have your perfect temperature setting for each of you because you've each got your own shower. You are also provided with robes and slippers. It is just perfect for 2. So it is officially day 2 and we have come for a explore around Beddgelert. So Beddgelert means the grave of Gelert, and there is an old fable or tale of a prince or somebody of nobility who went out on a hunt, and his trusted dog Gerrit didn't come with him, and so he went back to his castle and found Gerrit there with blood all over his face and the crib of his son overturned with blood all over the blankets. And so in like a fit of rage he plunged his sword into Gerrit, thinking that Gerrit had killed his baby son. He then heard some screams coming from another room, went through to find his baby son and a dead wolf next to him. So obviously Gerrit had actually saved his son and had killed the wolf, and so he was said to never have smiled again. So he brought Gelert's body and created a grave, which is where the name of this town comes from. And there is a monument that is made in honour of Gelert. So we've just found that, so we are now going to go and take a look.
And there he is, just poking his head round. So we're going to go up and take a look. So they've created this little area. You just come under, and then there he is, Gelert. You can tell that he has been stroked plenty of times. So sweet. Done so perfectly as well. This little stoned off area. And then just down from where the monument is, this is Gelert's grave.
Just come out because we are going off to a cafe that we saw on TripAdvisor is the #1 place to eat around here, and we have some little friends in our front garden. So I heard this barring the other morning and I didn't realise, oh look, they're all at the front here as well. There's just sheep roaming about the site. So we visited this Forest Holidays in November of 2023. This was actually a trip that we had booked when the site first opened, which was I think in the summer of 2020 we had booked to go, but although the restrictions had lifted, there was a problem with Wales and England and crossing the border, so we had to cancel it, and we did rebook it, but then we couldn't go again because we were in another lockdown, and then we decided to book for my birthday week many years later, and I am so pleased we went. This is honestly one of the most beautiful places that we have stayed. The location, the distance to areas to get to, for us, the trail running that we were able to do, we absolutely loved it. And although we have been back to places before, never have we booked straight away to go back to the same place. So as soon as we returned home, we have booked to go again this year, 2024, in November, a week later, so later in November. We absolutely loved it here. So we stayed in a romantic hideaway cabin, which is just perfect for 2 people. You do pay a little bit more for this cabin than you would for a 2-bed cabin. And we have stayed in a hideaway before. It is really quirky. Everything is just tiny enough for 2 people, so it feels really cozy. It does feel really romantic. However, we have booked for this year to stay in just a standard one for 2 people, although we get a second bedroom as well, so it actually could be for 4 people. It works out cheaper. We feel that we'll have a bit of extra storage space, and we didn't possibly feel like the extra that you paid for it being a hideaway was worth it, but we absolutely loved the site. I think it's one of the smallest ones. I think 16 cabins in total. So yeah, we absolutely fell in love with it. Little bit of a long drive, but a beautiful drive once you cross the border over into Wales, and yeah, absolutely stunning. What we really liked about this site was that the town of Beddgelert was literally just a walk that was really easily sign mapped. And although it wouldn't be the easiest walk for everybody, it was a very straightforward walk. And I think that the average time that it would take you to walk there would be about 40 minutes. Once you're in Beddgelert, it's a lovely little town. There's some bars and pubs, there's a hotel, there's a huge river that flows through the centre of it. Lots of walks, and you're just in this town built in amongst the mountains, which, coming from a very flat area of Peterborough, far away from Wales, is just awe-inspiring the whole time. Now, when we did go, it was middle to late November, and so a lot of of the places were closed. I can imagine that a lot of the restaurants just opened during the months when tourism is at its highest, but there is a hotel there called the Prince Llewellyn that was open, and we had breakfast in there on our first full day, which was really lovely, and it is open for dinner as well. There are other hotels in Beddgelert that are open for you to eat at as well, but everywhere that would normally be open at the height of the season isn't. However, that didn't make a difference to us at all. Generally, other than eating breakfast out and a lunch out on one of the days, we ate in the cabin. Full cooking facilities. You've got your toaster, microwave, hob, oven, but there is also the availability to collect or have food delivered from the bakehouse. Now, this site is a little bit different from the other forest holidays where there is a cafe that you can sit in. I think because this site is so small, only 16 cabins, they don't warrant having that. So you've still got your little amenity shop, convenience shop, and I think that you can get drinks, very standard drinks from there, and you can sit in and have those or take those away, but there are no sit down food facilities, which is really different because all the other sites we've been to have had that. But they do have the bakehouse, which opens in the evening, and you can order food through your TV, and you can either collect it or you can have it delivered. And the food was quite a wide variety. There was curries, pizza, chips, burgers, salads, and we were really impressed by the quality of that. So definitely worth doing, but most of the time we did sort out our own food as well. Apart from on one of the days, we decided to go out for a lunch. We'd looked on TripAdvisor at the highest rated place to go to, and we found this place called Cafe Guant. Now, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, but I'll pop the details in the description below. This was really quirky. So we hadn't particularly got dressed up for this, but we just put on normal clothes, not just walking clothes. And we'd gone off to find this place. It had been absolutely raved about all over TripAdvisor. And when we arrived there, it was sort of an old chapel and almost built into the side of the mountain. And it didn't seem like a place that we would have stopped to eat at all if we just found it on going about. But we decided to still go in, and we had the nicest dinner. Just such a fab environment. It's like an old chapel, so if you're going in the winter, make sure you've got a coat because it was a little bit chilly in there. But the food was just proper homemade food. We really enjoyed it, and we're so pleased that we did stop there. So I definitely would recommend that on one of your trips for sure. Now, the area that we stayed would be perfect base for climbing Snowdonia, which is definitely on our bucket list of things to do. However, when I told everybody that we were going in November to Beddgelert and we would quite like to do Snowdonia, everybody told me that it's going to rain all the time in November and there's no way that you would be able to summit that at that time of year. So it really wasn't on our radar to do. However, looking at this vlog, you can see the weather was absolutely perfect. Like some days it was so warm. We did not have a drop of rain the whole time we were there. But because we weren't prepared with our kit to climb Snowdonia, we didn't do it. And actually any day that we were there would have been perfect. So we are crossing our fingers for this year when we return that we are going to take all of our kit, and hopefully there will be the same weather as we had at this last visit and we will be able to do that. But ideal location. And I think staying in a cabin the way that we did was just a brilliant base to be able to go out and do your walks from. We also wanted to get into a little bit of trail running, which we don't have the opportunity to do in the area that we live. So we had bought new trail trainers, and this was a fab location for that as well. And just being able to come back to a cabin, light the fire, everywhere is underfloor heated, so it's brilliant at drying your kit if you need to. It was just a brilliant base for sort of an adventurous time away, which we really enjoyed. So as you can tell, overall, we thoroughly enjoyed our time in Snowdonia. We really like the Forest Holidays sites, and this definitely by far is our favourite, as you can tell, because we are already booked to go again. I will take you along with us when we do return. We have booked a 2-bedroom this year instead of the hideaway, just because, as I said, we felt that what we got extra for the money we didn't think was actually worth it, so we're really looking forward to being in one of the other cabins. The site was fantastic, the location was brilliant, and I'd thoroughly recommend this for a trip to Wales. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will look forward to seeing you on my next video.